I'm Lizzie, and I'm going to show you what it's like to have a polysomnography sleep study in hospital.
We're obviously here to show people what it's like for children who come for a sleep study.
So, why would anyone need a sleep study?
Quite a number of children might have problems with the way they're sleeping at night. They might not be sleeping very well, they might not be feeling very great after they've had a night's sleep. And so what we can do with a sleep study is find out what's happening with their breathing at night and what's happening with their sleep at night and try and work out what's going wrong so that we can work out how to help them.
Hi Lizzie, I'm Andrew, and we're going to show everyone how we do the actual sleep test itself, because I understand that you've met the nurse and they've shown you how to do the height and weight, and you've met the doctor and they've gone through checking that you're okay, there's no coughs and colds that would affect the test, and now I'm going to get the equipment to show you how we do the test itself. So what I'll do then is, if you have to get changed and ready for a sleep, I'll go and get all the equipment and we can then set it all up.
Okay.
Fab, thank you. I see you're ready for bed, so if it's okay when we're doing the test, you need to have the phone off, because your phone will stop you getting to sleep and also could disturb the study. Same goes for you and Grandpa as well. No telephones, please. These sensors are not going to do anything sore, and a lot of them are just based on sticky tapes. You're not allergic to any sticky tape or adhesives, are you?
No, I'm fine.
Fantastic. We're going to put on about 8 or 9 sensors, which are going to help us to see what your breathing does. What we don't want this to fall off, so I'm going to put a wee bit of sticky tape over the top. Is there anything you'd want to ask about the test?
Does it hurt?
Good question. It doesn't hurt, because actually, if we put stuff on that would hurt, do you think any of the boys and girls would sleep?
No.
No, so actually all the things that we do, just sit there and watch. It just feels a bit funny because it's not what you normally do when you're in bed. Okay, so the next one we're going to pop on is just to help us see if you snore. So this is like a little microphone, and what we do is we put it on the side of the neck and it picks up the vibrations. Okay, so for this one, we're going to use a little bit of sticky tape to make sure it stays on, so I'm afraid you're going to get a little bit of a moustache for tonight. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of sticky tape on. And we've got a great magic rub that we'll use in the morning to get them off, so don't be pulling them off. So, here's the first one. It's quite a soft one. It just feels tickly because it was next to the hairs in your nose. So, this is the one which does the temperature sensor. It just sits on top of the one you've got there actually, and it's got one for your nose, or 2 for your nose actually, one that just sits a wee bit lower next to your mouth, but it shouldn't go in your mouth. So these two are going to one round your chest and one round your tummy, so when you breathe these bands are going to move back and forward. So I'm just going to put this stopper here. This one's just the oxygen probe. I don't know if you've seen one of these before. It has a little red light on your finger, and what it does is it tells us what your oxygen levels do during the night, because they can change if your breathing changes also. So let me just plug these in and we'll get you sorted. This, essentially before, that's the one that helps us pick up your snoring. That's a vibration one. It picks up the buzz at your side of your neck. What we also have is a microphone and a camera. And that camera, the sound will help us work out what's going on. Sometimes the noise or the pitch of you when you're sleeping can help us work out what's going on. Okay Lizzie, so we're going to do the last bit of setting up a polysomnography now. And to do that, we're going to put some leads on your head to help us know when you've gone to sleep, and also to tell us what type of sleep you're having. Sometimes it's light sleep and deep sleep. To do this, my colleague Lynn's going to give me a little hand putting the electrodes on. And to do the actual prepping part, we need to rub little bits on your head to make sure we can get good contact between our sensor and your skin. So this is the rub. It's a bit like exfoliator, so it's a grainy paste. It just rubs away any of the old skin. So this one's got a little bit of paste, and what the paste does is it hardens once it's been on for a little while. So you'll find it'll tighten up as we're sitting on. Does that feel okay?
Yep.
Yeah, not too bad. So that's all the head leads on that we need now. So the last one we're going to do once you get ready for bed is we're going to take your earrings out so we can put the little one that sits in your ear. And that'll be us now. So if you're happy to do that, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. The last one we would normally do for a setup would be one that sits in your ear, and that helps us get your oxygen and carbon dioxide. Now this is a slightly funny one because it works by warming the skin up a little bit, so it'll feel a wee bit strange when I put it on. You should just click in. Yeah, it'll feel a little warm. Does that feel warm?
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't feel too hot. So you'll be able to sleep with that on.
Yeah.
So that's everything put on. That's us ready now to do the test. And if this was you staying overnight, what we do is we put the lights off and get you to settle down. We maybe ask mum, dad or grandpa just to put off any of their devices that they've been using. And then we put their bed out as well, and that's us ready. Okay, Lizzie, that's everything performed for the study. So now what we do is try and get the bits and pieces off to get you ready for going home.
Okay.
And hopefully I've covered everything. Is that everything you want to know about a sleep study?
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem at all. So let's put my magic rub on. So you all just follow.